Well, good morning. This is Mama Jane's husband, and the first thing you will notice is there's no Mama Jane. So what is going on? You'll also see that I'm not in my original cabin. We've got curtains, which means I'm in a balcony cabin. And the reason I'm in the balcony cabin is that a week ago, actually 6 days ago, I tested positive for COVID. Now, when we were coming on Cunard, we read all the information that Cunard were giving us about testing and about what would be happening. And it said that we would need an antigen test 2 days before we went into America, and that we would be provided on board with this, and we would have to pay. Well, when we got on board, the situation was very different. Cunard hadn't told us, although they knew quite clearly that they would be doing this, that they would be testing the whole ship at frequent intervals. So, from the beginning, from the start, I think on day 3 or day 4, the whole ship was tested, all the guests, and some of the names were read out, and we assume that they were the positive ones. Well, this went on, and every few days we would test it, and a few more would be herded off into quarantine. Well, we had we had various rumours around the ship what was happening, and then last Wednesday, the whole ship was tested yet again, and unfortunately, Mama Jane's husband tested positive. Mama Jane tested negative. So, we've had to be in separate cabins ever since. Mama Jane's been tested every day, and for 5 days she's been negative, and she's not tested anymore. But I had to wait until yesterday to get tested, and I tested negative today. And now we have to wait to see if I test negative today also. Now then, that's now then in Welsh. Well, if I test negative today, then I can rejoin Mama Jane. But we still have to do what is cabin dining. So we're still not allowed until Sunday to eat in the restaurants or go in the bars, which has been a bit of a downer, particularly for Mama Jane, because Mama Jane hasn't been in a balcony cabin. So she's had to stay indoors for at least 6 hours, waiting for test results, waiting for food to be delivered, and therefore has missed the theatre. It's been very poor, very poor. So it's not enhanced our cruise experience, can I say. So I don't know why Cunard have had to do this. They say it's because of the CDC, but as far as I'm aware, no other cruise company is testing the whole of its guests every week or every few days. So I don't understand it. But there I am. Anyway, I haven't been ill. I haven't had any symptoms really. But it is been a bit of a drag being in this cabin. At least I've been able to go outside. Mama Jane hasn't. So what made it worse was then on Saturday, the 28th of January, in the middle of the night, I got a letter put through my door, under the door, and when I went to the toilet, as you do at my age, I saw this letter, opened it, and said I would be disembarking at Los Angeles, which was a bit upsetting to discover at 4:20 in the morning. So that didn't impress me either. And Mama Jane would be disembarking with me. Now, when Mama Jane went to get the tags for the bags so she could pack, we then got a phone call from somebody high up in the ship to say there'd been a mistake and we weren't disembarking. So it's a bit of a shambles. And to be honest, we're delighted to be staying on board. absolutely delighted to be staying on board. And it looks as if now we will get to Alaska. But it's been an upsetting week. And it hasn't detracted from the first 3 fabulous weeks. But week 4, well, it's been rubbish really. So there you are, can't say anything more. To be told you've been disembarked and then you're not being disembarked, the highs and lows of that has been quite staggering, I'll be honest. Now, so we wait to see what happens next. We wait with bated breath. Now, I have to say that Cunard have been stretched beyond their limits due to the number of COVID cases that they've had on board. And it's actually Queen Elizabeth, the plague ship. That's what it's like. There have been so many people with COVID on board that it has stretched resources beyond breaking point. So, for instance, the cabin staff have been if you're in quarantine, your food is delivered 3 times a day, which is great, and the quality of the food has remained pretty good. And in the main, we get what we order, so that's all pretty good. But they're no good at cleaning up the food. So the trays with the food on are left in the corridors all day. So they let them collect all day until late in the evening, or even very early in the morning sometimes. So at 5:30 one morning, I can hear, what is that noise? And it's the staff clearing the corridor of all the trays from the day before. So things like that are not good. Now on board, they've had very heightened measures of COVID protection. So we've had to wear masks everywhere apart from when we are eating or drinking. That includes in the theatre, that includes when you're just sitting and not eating and drinking. As long as if you're inside, you don't have to wear a mask outside. So it's been highly, restricted. The whole cruise, we've enjoyed it despite that, but it has not stopped the spread of the virus. And I think that's a lesson for us all that we can take away, that it's very difficult to stop the spread of COVID-19. Well, all we can do is mitigate the spread. We cannot stop it spreading. Despite all the protection that we've had on here. Now, I think they missed a few tricks. I think they could have had a hand wash on every floor as you come down the stairs, because one weakness we've seen is you come down the stairs, you've touched the handrail, you have to on a ship to steady yourself, and then you go to your room. So anything that was on the handrail, you've taken into your room. Not so good. When I got taken out of our original cabin into quarantine, it was the next day before they came and cleaned the quarantine, came and cleaned my cabin. So Mama Jane had been with all my stuff all that time, and in fact they didn't do a very good job of cleaning the cabin. They just sprayed with this stuff. They didn't move things and wipe surfaces, so it wasn't a very good job. So yeah, last week it's been rubbish. I haven't seen Mama Jane. We've spoken on the phone. But there you go. We'll have to see what occurs next. And today's a big day, because at least if I test negative today, I can be in the same cabin and spend time with Mama Jane. So all will be revealed later today. And I just wish you all the best for the time being, and keep watching our videos. So it's bye from just Mama Jane's husband. Bye for now.